Can smoking marijuana make you dumber? A recently released study says yes. Dr. Joshua Weiner joins us this morning with more on the study and why it's especially concerning for teenagers. And good morning.
Good morning, Barbara.
I'm not sure it's going to make a big dent in the way teenagers think, those who are already into marijuana, but what does the study say?
Well, it's interesting. We've known for a while that marijuana use has negative effects on both memory and attention, but this is the first study to look at the effect that it has on your IQ. And what this study found is that those teenagers who are smoking regularly, more days than not, during their teenage years, have an 8-point decline in their IQ over time. So what that means in practical terms is for the average person, they go from being in the 50th percentile for IQ to being in the 29th percentile for IQ.
Okay, so how do you get a teenager to focus on the end results? They think they're invincible. They think they're never going to get to 30 anyway because they don't see that far ahead. How do you get this to make any sense to them?
Well, I think it's really a challenge for parents. I think it's a real uphill battle. I hope that parents will share this information with their kids, make them aware that marijuana use has the potential to cause long-term negative consequences for them, and it's really important that they make healthy, wise decisions now. But I gotta say, this is a very difficult battle for parents, and I think most kids are going to think, well, this isn't really going to affect me, I'm fine.
And from what we're hearing, marijuana use is on the rise among teenagers. Is that right?
That's right. So for a while, marijuana use was on the decline, and now it's back up again. It's actually roughly at the level that it was back in the early 90s. But 1 in 16 high school seniors is smoking pot on a daily basis. And more kids in the last month who are in high school have smoked pot than smoked cigarettes.
Now, the parents of a lot of these kids out there perhaps smoked marijuana when they were in college. Maybe they don't do it now, but they may not realize that the type of marijuana that's out there now is a lot more lethal. Is that right?
Right. It's a lot stronger. So there is a component, there are two components actually in marijuana. One is 9-delta-THC. That's the part of the marijuana that really makes you high. That part of the marijuana has actually increased almost tenfold compared to marijuana 20, 30 years ago. There's also another ingredient called cannabidiol, which actually has been shown to have some health benefits and actually has some preservative effects for memory. So it actually might help memory, but that amount of cannabidiol in marijuana has decreased over the years. So you're getting more of the bad and less of the good.
So a lot of people might say, well, then let's grow the good and make it legal to use so that people can have those benefits. Let's talk about marijuana use among adults then. Is it the same end? I mean, are they going to lose their IQ that they'd already gained had they not smoked it earlier?
Right. So this is an interesting part to the study which found that really the critical time period is during that early brain development, that adolescent period. So kids who smoke have this decline in their IQ, but if adults start smoking on a regular basis, there actually is no decline in IQ that occurs with them because their brains are already fully matured and not as vulnerable to the toxic effects of marijuana.
Okay, now are the kids addicted to it, those who are smoking it, and if so, what can we do to get them off of it?
So the kids that are smoking it regularly do develop a physical dependence on it. This is a very difficult issue to get them off of it. There really are no medications out there. What you want to do as a parent is you really want to understand why are they smoking regularly. My experience has been that most often when teenagers are smoking pot on a regular basis, it's because they have an underlying mental health issue, problem such as anxiety, social anxiety disorder, or depression. So you want to treat that underlying problem. In addition, you want to get some mental health counseling, see if you can implement some other plans like drug testing and so forth.
All right, Dr. Weiner, always good to see you.
Thank you, Barbara.
Thanks so much.